You may have seen videos or advertisements for print-on-demand automated uploaders. These software programs often promise easy uploading and the computer does all the work. It's super easy. Well, I do not recommend using automated solutions in the print-on-demand world for the main reason that these are typically prohibited on print-on-demand websites, and I don't want to see you get your account banned. I also happen to think that they're clunky and they cost money. So in this video, I have 3 tips that you can use instead of automated uploaders, and you can quickly upload many designs using these free techniques that I personally use. And by the way, I upload a lot of print-on-demand designs, so I hope you're going to find these helpful. All right, tip number 1 is to make your designs the same dimension. So here I am in Photoshop. I've got a template set up for Redbubble. I've got 5,000 pixels wide by 7,100 pixels tall, 400 pixels per inch. I'm going to click OK, and that gives me now a template that I can work on. Now, when I say make your designs the same size, what I mean is if you're making a design, let's say you have a design sitting here, and then you have some text at the top sitting here. So what you want to do is make your variants similar. Have your text at the top, have your design in the middle. Don't make a design like that, or don't make a design like this. You want to have your design look the same so that when you upload it on Redbubble, you can simply copy over the dimensions and you can make it very quickly uploaded. So I'm going to use this as an example. I'm going to save this now as a PNG. So on Redbubble, you have an option here when you're going to add new work. You can also copy your existing work. And this is what you want to pay attention to on the right-hand side. When I click copy existing work, so what I can do is I can pick a design here. I'm going to pick the Toronto design, for example. I'm going to click the little gear icon and I'm going to click copy settings. When that happens, I'm going to get the exact same design up. I'm just going to replace the image, and all the way down I can see every image is now on all of my products. So rather than have a different type of image, you want to have the exact same image placed in the exact same positions, and then you don't have to go through all 85 or 90 different products on Redbubble. You can just leave these as is. So for example, if I click replace all images, and I've uploaded my text image now, you can see at the top it says, whoops, the image you uploaded isn't the same size as your previous image. Try uploading an image with the same size as your original artwork. It's like, oh, look at how screwy this all looks on Redbubble now. The hat is off, the text is too far down on the t-shirt, the mouse pad doesn't look good, the pillow is way off. So I'm going to have to go through now and edit each one of these designs. It's going to take me forever. But if I just uploaded the same design as before, the same dimensions, it would have been an exact match, and I could simply upload the tags and the description. And then I would just simply scroll down to the bottom and I would click Save Work. And just like that, within a couple seconds, I'd have another design published on Redbubble. So if you have the same dimensions in your design, you could easily upload 20 a day, 30 a day. This is not outrageous at all. Tip number 2 is to put your reusable tags at the front. What do I mean by that? Well, here on Redbubble, you've got tags, right? So with these tags, pretend I've got a bunch of different cities: Toronto, Calgary, Edmonton, Vancouver, all these different Canadian cities. So wherever you lived, imagine you've got 400 cities that you could pull from in your imagination. Well, what I'm going to do is do all of my Canadian cities first. So I'm going to put Canada at the start. I'm going to use retro, vintage travel. These are not changing just because I changed the city name. So I'm not going to upload Utah next because Canada won't apply. Canada Tourism won't apply. Canada Travel won't apply. Canada Maple Leaf won't apply. So I'm going to get all my Canadian ones done first and simply just change out the name of the city. So maybe I'm going to do Quebec City, or I'm going to do Halifax, or whatever it is. That's what I'm going to change, and everything else I can leave exactly the same. Get all your Canadian ones done first, then get all your US ones done, then get all your African ones done and Asian ones done, whatever it is. Keep your tags at the start not changeable. Have your universal tags at the beginning, and then you just change them at the end. Same thing here happens with the description. You'll notice my description is pretty basic. It just says retro design showcasing this great destination in Canada. I don't actually mention Toronto by name. You could, if you like, but I would leave that at the end. I would say Toronto's a great city, blah, blah, blah. Then I would delete that out. Rather than fiddling around at the start and trying to go inside my description and change a couple keywords. Too much work. Either dump it at the end or just leave it the same every single time. Tip number 3 is to use word templates when you're uploading. And here I've got merch by Amazon as an example. And so what I'm going to do now is open up my t-shirt design here. It says, I love to hike. I'm just going to make it a white t-shirt. I love to hike with a little asterisk, and it says, I am lying. So I'm going to select my colors. I'm going to select my price. And when I go down to the actual product details, I'm going to type in now my actual titles. Okay, here I've got my description set up. This is my design title. I love to hike, funny, outdoor, sporting, camping, humor. Now, what am I going to change if I make a new design? Well, I'm going to change hike, and that's pretty much it. So if I make more variants of this, I could say, I love to hike white font. I love to hike pink font. I love to hike blue font. And then I could do things like, I love to sail. I love to rock climb. I love to skateboard. I love hockey. I love football. I love basketball. Whatever it is, you're simply changing out now one word down below. But rather than retype this all out, copy these and put them into Word or put them into Notepad. And if you've never heard of Notepad before, it's a completely free app. It sits on your computer. It looks just like this. You can type text into the WordPad, and then you can go file, save, and you can save it. So it's just like Word, except it's kind of simple. It doesn't have a lot of features that Word has. Or if you have Microsoft Word, of course, you would want to use that. So I would simply select all of this, right-click and copy, and then I would paste it into a Word document. I would save that Word document. And then inside of the Word document, so here's an example now, I'm inside of Word, and what I would do is I would simply take this and I would make it red font. So that's the one I'm going to change out when I create a new design. So I'll dump that into the next design, and I'll make sure I change that text and that text only. Same thing here, feature bullet number 1, I'm going to double click, that selects everything. I'm going to copy it, and then inside of Word, I'm going to paste it. And then here, I'm going to make sure that that font is now red. Everything else, I'm pretty much going to leave. If I do camping or sailing, I can pretty much leave all this as is. So you want to minimize the changes that you're making to this text, and make sure you've got keywords in there. Look at all the keywords I've got. Outdoor activity, climbing a mountain, walking, lake, sense of humor, anti-hiking. Oh, here's another one. So I would change this out as well. So I would change that to anti-skateboarding, anti-sailing, whatever it is. I hope you found this walkthrough helpful. Print on demand does not have to be labor intensive. If you use these methods, you can upload a lot of different designs and you can make sales. Here's another video on how you can supercharge your print on demand journey.